Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time to complete this survey. At any time, if you have any questions while you're filling this out before or after, please do not hesitate to reach out to any one of the coaches for some help. First part, I just want to remind you, you're thinking about one of the classes that you've done over the past week. So just think of one class this last week during the walkthroughs, and you're going to answer all these questions based on that one class for our 6-8 teachers. 5th grade, you're thinking about maybe it's just your reading class or just your math class, whatever class you want to think about. You're just thinking about that one class. All right, so the first part is based on instruction. And you're going to answer the question based on about how much time approximately you think you spent doing these different things. So was your instruction whole group, small group led by you, small group cooperative where they're working with their peers? And again, just be approximate with those percentages. For some reason, no matter what I do, I cannot get this first question to match up. So it starts with not at all and then goes up from there. Sorry about that. But again, just approximately what percentage. Click through those. Next section, it changes a little bit. So we're looking at classroom environment. Again, we're thinking about that one class. And you're just telling us about how often these things are happening. Most of the time, some of the time, or never. The next few sections are just like this. So learning objectives and goals, again, most of the time, some of the time, or never, is how you're going to answer those. Same with scaffolding. Here, once we get to the small group section, small group work section, it looks a little different, okay? So now you're going to determine how many class periods that one class of yours that you've been thinking about has done each of the following things. So for instance, within how many class periods in the last 5 days did you ask or prompt your students in small groups to discuss the content of a text? So if you're thinking back to this last week, how many times did I ask this particular group of kids, how many class periods, did I ask my kids to discuss this? Maybe it was for 5 minutes. Maybe it was the entire class period. We're not focusing on that. We're focusing just on how many class periods did this in fact happen. So you'll answer all of those questions based on that. This last section is the same. Again, we're thinking about how many class periods did these things happen. So over the past week, that one class that you're thinking of, how often was the focus of the work, or how many class periods, was the focus of the work technical or procedural? Was it all 5 days we did some technical and procedural? Maybe it wasn't the entire class period, that's fine. But part of the class period, we did some technical or procedural work. Maybe, and then the next one is group work based on learning and understanding task. Maybe I did that a couple of times throughout the week, a couple of different class periods. So that's how you're going to answer those questions. And then when you have completed it, you're going to submit it and you're done. Thank you so much, everyone.